You know what, chat? I think I'm switching teams. I think I'm a feminist now. Yep, you heard it here. Because I'm all for women selling their balloon knots on OnlyFans for $4.99 a month. I'm all for a woman paying all the bills. I'm all for equality in every way. I want women to be chivalrous towards men. I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I'm a feminist now. How to save money in 2026. Avoid them like the plague, brother. All I got to say right now is if you're a younger guy, probably in your 20s or maybe even late 20s, early 20s, a woman needs to fall in love with who you are, not what you are. But as you get older, things do change. I'm pro-life because 38 some years ago, I had my first child. Good Lord.
38 some years ago, I had my first child, and the regret lasts forever. So, it's really important that we're out here to say it's not healthcare, it's women.
Agreed.
Obviously, baby,
yep.
But it also hurts the generations. So my children have been affected by it as well, and I will never see grandchildren, great-grandchildren from that child.
Wow, thank you so much for standing for life and for sharing your story.
At least she's taking...
Hey, shout out to that lady, because it is. Did you know 1/3 of all Gen Z kids have been aborted? Isn't that crazy to think? Isn't that crazy to think?
Why is it considered romantic for a man to serve, but oppressive for a woman to serve?
You know, I actually really disagree with that. I don't think it's oppressive.
Really? We're taking logic from Septum Ring Elf Girl? Come on, brother.
Shots fired!
Look at her, bro.
Finish her!
She looks like somebody made her on Skyrim, bro.
But I think there's a lot of brainwash going on. I'm just going to say it straight out.
There's a lot of brainwash going on. You have a septum ring and elf ears. Seriously?
Like that.
Like I said, it's a system set up by men. Women weren't allowed to serve, so now it just...
Yeah, because you're a protected class, dude.
Stupid.
Seems oppressive if we do. The roles are just weird to switch.
How do modern women respond if you ask them to make you a sandwich?
They'd respond negatively, but it's just a negative term coined by men meant to antagonize women.
I'm afraid equality isn't just...
Jesus, everything. Have you noticed everything is men's fault? I'm telling you, chat, once you become the hero of all your opportunities and not the victim of all your circumstances, your life will turn in a completely different direction. I want you to move around for the rest of the day thinking everything that happens to you is your fault. Once you do that, you take all the power back in your life and you stop being a victim to everything that's happening around you.
Speaking of good angles, so I had a Bumble date last night and I left at 4 a.m. this morning and just told her to lock up. Dude, she cleans my bathroom.
Wow.
Makes my bed.
Wow.
And the kicker is, she done all, like 90% of my laundry. And
bro, this dude's pen must be Ron Jeremy's son. You know what I mean? He was in there. You must have been feeding. You must have had a lunch lady's hat on. You must have been serving. You must have looked like a buffet line full of sausage for a woman to go ahead and do that. Now she's trying to get wifed up. This guy must own a home or something. She knows. She's playing chess. She's playing chess. All the other ladies are playing checkers.
One more comment on my TikTok video that said, "We fought for the choice of women." I'm actually going to lose my mind. No! Feminists did not fight for you to have the choice to be a housewife.
I hate to break it to you, lady.
What? Gotta be dumber than a bag of dildos to think anything.
Men are
like
better
that.
than women.
She's kidding.
No, I'm not. They provide for us, and we must obey them because they are our masters.
April, stop it.
I'm sure she helped by
Feminism leaving my body when it comes time to move heavy things. Oh my God.
Big bag, big bag.
All the feminism leaves my body when it comes to carrying heavy things. The septum ring as well. Are we surprised? The usual suspects. Man's looking like the male Shel Silverstein back there.
Shots fired!
Brother man.
Cute video the other day of a guy unboxing the lunch that his girlfriend had made him, and he was so enthusiastic. He was like, "Get a ring on your finger."
It's worrying that so few women remember.
You know what I mean? It's a black screen. What am I gonna do with that? Come on.
The reason why you don't hear about healthy relationships anymore is because of the fact that those of us in healthy relationships ain't got to say to y'all. Because anytime we tell you what we do for our husband or what our husband does for us, y'all look for any reason to try to come up with some type of excuse or some type of narrative that we're being controlled or that we're not really happy or I would never do that. Is exactly why you're miserable is still single, and exactly why no matter who you try to date or what you try to date, you still end up unhappy because you have this long list of what you feel like is supposed to come from a relationship. I can't remember the last time that I did laundry. But I will be out here taking the trash out because I don't give a I would rather take the trash out than to be downstairs doing laundry. You take the trash out, you're a woman. You shouldn't be taking out the trash. That's a man's job. Your man does the laundry. You should be doing that. You're the woman. It just so happens that what he doesn't like to do, I don't mind doing. What I don't like to do, he doesn't mind doing. Like, y'all are weird. My husband cooks probably most of the time. My husband taught me how to cook because I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to season. And when he gets done cooking, I serve him his plate. I serve him, and then once he's done eating, he gets up and leaves, and I take his plate, and I go there, and I clean the kitchen. The reason why we don't be talking about how good our relationship is or how healthy it is because y'all's little toxic coming in there trying to say something crazy, yet y'all are the single ones.
Bro, this chick is cooking. Get her a spatula. She's cooking. My whole theory on this, and put a 1 in the chat if you agree, I think couples that post on social media a lot are projecting that they're in a happy relationship when in actual reality they're not. Misery also loves company. Don't tell people that are single how great your relationship is going. I've had to learn this kind of the hard way. You know, we just had a baby back in November. Baby Nichs is about to be 3 months old. But it's really difficult to talk to my homies that don't have kids and aren't in a relationship how special it is to have a child and have a wife. Because they can't relate. They don't have any common ground with me. So there's just certain subjects you can't talk to certain people about because they really aren't going to understand you. And then if anything, they'll be like, well, doesn't that get overwhelming? Don't you want to do your own thing? Like, so it sometimes can be a really bad conversation. This is your sign to open a traditionally male space and fill it with anyone but... What? These two look like they smell like patchouli and mothballs.
Shots fired!
Golly.
Closely, you can see 2 dudes actually getting work done in the background. I don't think there's a better example of modern feminism. A bunch of chicks standing around with their fingers up their complaining about their workplace while simultaneously getting no work done. All the while, there's 2 dudes actually getting work done in the background. I mean, this is just like, it's poetic.
I love it. I love it. He said, fingers up your queef holes. That's a new one. Haven't heard that one, chat. That's good. That's good, bro.
Mom could beat up anybody.
I'm pretty confident she could beat up a lot of people.
What percentage of men could your mom beat up at 5'4", do you think?
At 5 foot. She's 5 foot.
Oh, excuse me.
5 foot, even shorter.
Oh, you are aware that the average male height is like 5'9", 5'10".
So I believe last time I checked it was 5'8", yeah.
So what percentage of men in the U.S. do you think that your mom could beat up? How much does she weigh, too, by the way?
Right now she's at like 145.
You're 5 foot. What percentage of men do you think your mom could beat up?
Fighting dirty, I think approximately...
The man can fight dirty, too.
Yeah, approximately 80%.
Holy...
Stupid. Have you ever seen a fist from your mom? Have you ever shot someone?
You are delusional,
Have you ever
my
seen
dear. So Brock Lesnar, I think he's like well over 6 feet. He's probably over 200 pounds. Could your mom beat him up?
You said he's 6 feet?
Forget his height. Let's say this is 5.
You said he's like 6 foot is short.
5 foot Brock Lesnar.
This dude is a straight gladiator Viking of a man. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro.
Could your mom beat up Brock Lesnar? UFC.
She might be able to. Okay,
you're so. Oh my God, you're delusional.
This has to be one of the most.
Well, this is trying to argue with somebody who's stupid. They're always going to beat you with experience. There's no reason to sit here and try to argue with a woman who's a complete imbecile. You know what I'm saying? I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make him drink. I can explain the concept to you, but I can't make you understand it. While other women say I don't need a man, I stay silent because I very much need mine. Dude, running in from the rain. What's he doing? What you doing out there? Forget something in the car? Ain't nobody want to do all that. Ain't nobody trying to do all that. Oh, got the gum out the car. Legend right there.
Short. My husband cleans the coffee machine. I make the coffee. And recently, I just decided to start cleaning the coffee machine. And as I'm cleaning the coffee machine week after week, I'm starting to get frustrated. And I passively aggressive made a comment to my husband saying like, why aren't you cleaning the coffee machine, basically? And he's like, well, you've been cleaning it. And I created a whole story around my husband and me not feeling appreciated because I make the coffee and he's not cleaning it, but I've been the one cleaning it. So real life things that happen, that we create stories sometimes over things that aren't even happening, and then we wonder why and it had nothing to do with me not being appreciated.
Yep. Hey, that's a woman right there. Creates her own problems and then complains about it. You can't make this stuff up, bro. She literally created the problem herself. At least she had enough self-awareness to get over it, though.
Normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, you know, hang my TV. How about no? And lift all the heavy things.
Absolutely. No, baby girl. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You see, he's my husband. He is not community labor. He is not a public utility. He is not our man. He is my man. And I will curb stomp anyone over that man. And you see, this is the part that makes me laugh even harder about this, is this is coming from a culture of women who have spent years, when being asked the question, what do you bring to the table? Their answer is, well, I am the table. A table that now apparently needs my man.
Well, no, here's the thing. They are the table, chat. They are the table, because the table provides absolutely nothing. Shots fired! It comes empty. It's just there. It just exists. Without men bringing something to the table, there's never going to be anything on the table. Yeah, you can be the table, which is fine. You have absolutely no value, because the thing is, I can eat my dinner on the couch with a little, you know what I mean? What are those called? TV trays? I can just hike up a little TV tray and eat my dinner. Imagine your mom brainwashing you as a little girl into hating your dad, only to lose 3 decades with him. Women do this, though. Women do this. They will pitch you right against your dad, even though he's a good man. Then the curtain falls and you heal together and become inseparable. I love this. I love this. Because the thing is, I was raised up by a single mother as well. And my mom always told me, your dad's a piece of crap. He's a piece of crap. He's a piece of crap. Well, in my mind, as I got older, I said, you know what? You saw him as maybe a shiny gold bar at one point in time because you had me. You gave birth to me, so at one point in time, you thought he was of a high value enough to conceive a child. So, I mean, where did we go wrong? Was he a piece of crap from day one, and you're just admitting that you got with a piece of crap dude and had his baby? So it's like, so I did some investigation to myself. Now, my dad, to be fair, he is a piece of crap. My dad was recently in county jail for meth possession, you know, but hey, it's neither here or there. It's neither here or there. My dad's been a deadbeat from day numero uno, but at the same time, I wanted to go figure that out. I didn't want to just listen to my mom, because single moms always paint the dads as deadbeats, as they're nothing. He's not. So I took it upon myself as a man to call my dad, forgive him for being absent, and then try to build a bond with him. But it's just really hard to call him when he's always in jail. You know, it's really tough. In a generation filled with women who hate and despise men, I am one of them. Okay. You know, buy a dog and die alone.
Okay, then. So I have a question, and this is specifically for those ladies out there that say that they hate and despise all men, because I have seen that there's quite a few of them. But my question is, why?
The main reason I think these women hate men, and Lady J, I'll step in here. The main reason I think they hate men is because they can't get the man that they think they qualify for. They can't procure Chad. They can get bucked by Chad. They can get done dirty by Brad. But they can't actually date the man that they want. This is the whole difference between men and women when it comes to coitus in society. Men sleep with who they can, women sleep with who they want. Women think they always have the potential to date a man that they're bucking, even though a man typically bucks down. A lot of men aren't bucking up, they're bucking down. So if he's bucking you, clearly he's at a superiority in the hierarchy. He's more superior than you. You see him as the potential of a boyfriend. He may not see you as the potential of a girlfriend. That's where these women get messed up. And I call this is what we call in the industry Chad struck. They get Chad struck and they think that they actually qualify for these guys in relationships, when in reality, they do not. That is a buff chick, brother. Let's go. Oh, is this that Physical 100 show? And this dude's tiny. He's like, I'm going to be respectful. This bodybuilder chick. Oh, God, this is going to be good. Okay, she's coming out with it. She's coming pushing. It's not going to bode well for you. She's coming out the gate. Okay, she's trying to sweep the leg. Uh-oh. He's gonna toss her. Yag him. Ooh, that doesn't feel good. She's got weight on him too, but he's just gonna put his body weight on her. He's like, yeah, you're done. You're done. It's over. And this is a buff chick, and he's just like a regular dude. Now, I will say he's got way better technique than she does. This is Physical 100. I don't know if you've ever seen this show. I believe it's on Netflix. I watched a little bit of it, and Yeah, the dudes absolutely tore the girls up. And this dude wasn't even a big guy. But he has really good technique, and he is tossing her. She's giving it all she's got. But the thing is, a lot of people get it mixed up where you think that lifting weights means that you're strong in all areas. If anything, the more buff you are, the harder it is for you to move around.
This, but if your man asks you to not dress half naked or post bikini thirst traps, it's not because he's a controlling, insecure narcissist. It's because he doesn't want other men to have access to what he has. This is just primal nature in men. It's also disrespectful. I don't care what anyone says. You dancing in a bikini on TikTok or posting thirst trap bikini photos shows other men that you don't really value your relationship. Other men see that and think, oh, well, I could go sleep with her really easily. She doesn't value her relationship anyways. And I would actually argue that the men that ask you to not dress half naked or post bikini thirst traps are more confident, more protective of you, and they are better men to marry. And he's not hiding your beauty or whatever other excuses they like to make up. I would actually argue that it's more elegant, it's more appealing, it's more beautiful to be covered up a little bit more. Calling your man insecure when they simply just ask you to not dress trashy is like him calling you insecure when he asks to go to a club. You wouldn't like that.
I mean, facts. Hey, she's cooking. Love it. I love to see it. Well, I always say this. What's more insecure? A guy that doesn't set a boundary with a woman, lets her run amok and do whatever she wants, or a guy that sets a boundary and risks losing her? The guy that's more secure will set a boundary and risk losing her.
Leave for a younger woman. They leave for a softer one with softer feminine energy. A man can watch you age in his arms and still want you like day one unless you kill that vibe. Brutal truth is that desire does not die from a little bit of stretch marks or gray hair. It dies from the eye rolls.
You just look like a tiger, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Dies when every sentence starts with a correction or when you talk to him like he is incompetent. Also, when you compete with him instead of receive. Nothing turns a man off faster than constant criticism that you call advice, mothering him instead of admiring him, speaking to him with contempt instead of warmth, acting like his presence is a burden and not a gift.
Yeah, dude, hey, straight facts. The thing is men, no matter what age, they want feminine women. And this can be had at late stages in life. It's not something that you have to be in your 20s to have. You can be feminine out the box. And if ladies, if you think a man should earn your femininity, you get to earn being alone for the rest of your life. Women created life and men were jealous, so they created God and religion, huh? You gotta be dumber than a bag of dildos.
This video takes the cake for the worst take I have seen online in a long time.
Stupid.
Congrats.
Stupid. That hair Darwin Award right there. Idiot. Dummy.
Huge disconnect happening between men and women right now. And I want to share something I've been realizing about why men seem to be getting better while most women are struggling more. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Men have all these platforms teaching them accountability and how to level up. But when I look at
here's my whole thing on this. If y'all have any girlfriends or you have a girlfriend or you know women at all that have like a book collection, go look at the man's book collection and go look at a woman's book collection. I'll use myself as an example here. If you go look at all the books I have, it's like Think and Grow Rich, The 7 Effective Habits of Highly Successful People, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Marcus Aurelius, The Meditations, Cass has like Den of Vipers and all these smut books. It's just different, bro. Men focus on self-help books. Women focus on fantasy, rom-com, smut. That's the big difference. And that is also a direct correlation to the content that a lot of men consume. When I was from the ages of about 18 to 26, I was obsessed with self-help because I knew I wasn't reaching my max potential. I knew I wasn't being the best version of myself. I knew it. I could feel it. And I said, what's the key to unlock this stuff? So I watched a ton of Tony Robbins. That's why, I don't know if you guys notice, but when you watch, like, I can just rat off all these quotes, I have all these things. Like the Kevin Samuels quote I love is, when women make the men of their present pay for the mistakes and trauma of the men of their past, there will be no future. Like, that is a great quote. I've been watching a lot of these love, pop the balloon or find love videos. And it's like, all these women are like, well, I knew a guy that used to wear that shirt. So that had nothing to do with me. That's your trauma. You need to deal with it and get over it. Like, the next guy can be great, but it's triggering. That's why women's body count matters. That's a whole other tangent. But I got obsessed with reading books that were self-help and then memorizing quotes to live by. And that's stoicism saved my life in that regard, because I used to think I'm the victim in everything, you know? The world's just against me. I just can't do anything. It's just I was raised poor, so I should die poor. No, that's not it. No. You're the hero of your own opportunities, not the victim of your circumstances. But you got to treat life that way, and you got to think everything's your fault. Once you think everything is your fault, like the weight of the victimhood is just off your shoulders, and you have so much more power, and you take your power back. You really do. But yeah, dude, self-help, it changed my life. I love it. That's why I try to memorize this stuff so I can help you guys out.
We as women are consuming. It honestly made me realize something important. Men have podcasts like Jocko podcast teaching discipline.
Why did they bleep out Fresh and Fit?
Jordan Peterson teaching accountability. David Goggins teaching mental toughness. And there's so many more.
And then you have that girl that's like Call Her Daddy, and it's like Charlize Theron talking about how she rides pipes. Cardi B talking about suck and pen. It's like, this is what you ladies want to consume.
They're consuming content that pushes them to build themselves up and take responsibility. But I started noticing what we as women are consuming. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Call Her Daddy, Girls Gotta Eat, Real Housewives, Love Island, and there's just so many more.
All of it's trash.
And I realized this content is programming us to create more drama, feel more entitled, and expect things without bringing anything valuable ourselves. I see influencers like Shira7, Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle, teaching manipulation tactics, and others like Ari Kitsia, if that's how you say it, promoting culture, teaching us that our value comes from our instead of building actual skills or character. Men have an entire ecosystem telling them to take responsibility and work harder, and they listen. We have way more content telling us we're perfect as we are and that our problems are someone else's fault. I've realized that most of us don't want to be challenged. Men are consuming content that makes them better. We're consuming content that makes us worse.
Hey, dude, she hit the nail on the head. Shout out to that lady, bro. She hit the freaking nail on the head. If that wasn't right, I don't know what is. That is so right. Women consume typically garbage content. I mean, now, men can too, but for the most part, it's like, you know, I don't know. It seems like women like to consume that way more. Like reality TV, Love Island, all that stuff's for women. That stuff's not for men. Like, let's just keep it a bean. I'll see Cass watching it sometimes. I'll step in. I'll be like, this is so stupid. What is this?
The girl won a dunk contest. So I'm watching the 2019 McDonald's High School Dunk Contest and come across a girl named Francesca Bellibi who did these 2 dunks to get 2 perfect scores in the first round.
Wow, they weren't even that great.
And made it to the finals with Scotty Lewis and Precious Achua beating out players like James Wiseman, Cole Anthony, and Trey Mann. So in the finals, Achua's first dunk got him a 72, Scotty Lewis's first dunk got him a 79, and Bellibi's first dunk was a lob off the backboard that got a perfect score of 80. Oh, brother. Achua's second dunk put him at 152 total. Scotty Lewis...
A Vince Carter dunk between the legs off the backboard.
Lob off the side of the backboard, 360 dunk, got him a 159 total. Francesca Bellibi needs a perfect score here to win the dunk contest. And her dunk was jumping over somebody sitting in a chair, makes the dunk. What do you know? She got a perfect score. Like, what are we doing here, man?
So I'm excited to crown you this year's champion.
Yeah, there's no way she actually...
What, bruh? You know, really proud of this year's champion. We didn't give this one away. Feminism didn't dictate this contest at all. Can someone explain why Korea be wildin' with these anti-feminism protests?
This is unity and
anti-feminism protest? I love it. These guys are great. These guys are great.
The reason why my mom tried so hard in my childhood to destroy...
I tried so hard, but we didn't get really far.
The relationship that I had with my dad was because she was jealous. I've been reflecting on what my mom's childhood was like, and she used to tell me that she would sit by the window for hours waiting for my grandpa to show up to pick her up, and he would never show up.
I spent 20 years believing my dad was a monster, and I thought I was protecting myself by staying away from him. Then, one day, at 28 years old, something cracked, and I realized I had been lied to.
As a kid, I'm gonna tell you a story. When I was a kid,
My mom told me that my dad wasn't there when I was born. She told me that he was on a golf trip instead. She told me that he chose golf over me. He was not there when I was born. Okay? So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, well, you know, my mom thinks my dad has his priorities twisted. Maybe he does. I saw my dad every other weekend, you know, custody battle things, whatever. When I got older, my dad ended up getting custody of me. When I was 14, he walked out of his room one night wearing a set of scrubs. And I said, why are you wearing those scrubs? You've never worked in a hospital. And he said, this is what I was wearing the day you were born. In that one moment, a lie that I had believed my entire life unraveled in front of me. My mom had told me that my own father was not present at my birth because he chose a golf tournament instead of being there when I was born. But he walked out of his bedroom wearing the scrubs he was wearing when I was born. My point is, the truth always comes out.
It's honestly sad.
It's sad that women do this because men would never do this to women. Men would never lie. Women do this, and I think it's because... I really do think it's because a lot of these women, even if they are mothers, they see younger women as competition no matter what age. I've said this before. Older men see themselves in younger men. Older women see themselves as younger women. So these older women, they see these younger women and they think, oh my God, that is direct competition for all the male attention that I want. But for me as an older guy, when I see a younger guy who's 19, 20, even up to 28, 29, 30, they're younger than me, right? I immediately go, man, hey, I've been through what you've been through. What can I do to help you? What struggles do you have? What questions do you have? How can I be there for you? That's also why I have this number right here. If you guys want to call, you can. 12 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sorry, I was checking. I thought somebody was calling me right now. Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can call me. It's a direct line to me. Yes, it is paid per minute, but if it's for people that's serious, and if you need advice, you can absolutely call me, brother, man. I'm here. I got a shoulder right here you can cry on if you need it. Okay, just letting you know.
Are losers, and I want to talk about it.
She said a lot of women are losers, and she wants to talk about it. I'm all ears.
A lot of y'all feel like men should provide for you guys and should upgrade your lifestyles, but you have nothing in return to give to him. Therefore, that makes you a loser. And you always are so quick to call men losers if they live at home with their mom or if they don't have a job. You'll label them a loser very quickly, but a lot of y'all be baby mamas living off the government, don't have, like I said, nothing to offer anyone. You can't even look at yourself in the mirror and be accountable, then have the nerve to call someone else a loser. Yeah, loser. And the amount of women that encourage bad behavior, negativity, and the catty-like behavior. Yeah, loser mentality.
Well, who's the hair?
And the thing about losers, they want to make other people losers. So this is why you see them being so miserable and trying to make other women miserable. And women lie to each other, and instead of telling each other the truth, they would just rather normalize bad behavior. It's disgusting. And a lot of women make horrible decisions. They live with no discipline. They don't care how they carry themselves, and they just project all of their negative energy back onto men. It's the patriarchy. Not to mention, a lot of you guys are complaining about the very men that you raise. You don't want to date the men that you raise. And why is that? Is it because a lot of you guys don't even want to be mothers? And y'all complain about all of the things that make women beautiful, that make women unique. You guys hate that about yourselves and still find a way to blame it on men.
Unfortunately, it seems...
Bruh, she's cooking, bro. That was so good. She gets it. See, there's women out there that get it, dude. There are women out there that get it.
Men own more homes than men, vote at higher rates than men, do not have to do dirty, grueling work as often as men by any measure. Men hold debt at higher levels than women, yet women graduate at higher rates and have higher rates of higher education. And women claim they have no duty to be a mother, but courts often side with them and go in their favor because of the expectation and role and presupposition of them intending to be a mother. Insurance is less expensive for women, and suicide rates are higher in men. Women also have lower crime rates and are convicted at a lesser rate for the same crimes as men.
True.
And yet the majority of the enforcing all these rights and laws are men, including the military draft, which only men have to sign up for. And yet somehow the patriarchy is oppressing women. So is the patriarchy actually that bad, or is it actually pretty benevolent?
If you
The patriarchy is awesome. The patriarchy is one of the best things ever. It created the modern world that we get to live in. It's a beautiful thing. Imagine if women ran the world and they're like, well, I want everyone to be equal. Nothing would ever get done, dude.
This woman's going viral for a no makeup wedding look. And I'm going to speak on behalf of all men real quick.
You know what? I'm happy for her because I doubt her husband's wearing makeup.
We love this, okay? If more women could do this, we would be about it. We don't like the caked on, fake eyeliner, fake eyelashes, wig on your head look. And I know there's going to be some cranky Karen in the comments like, we don't get dolled up for you guys to be impressed. Yeah, well, that's because every time we don't give you guys the appropriate compliment about your makeup, you guys flip the freak out. Listen to what I'm saying. A woman's natural beauty is there. If you can just tap into that confidence of being yourself, dude, it would outshine any makeup tutorial that you can find on YouTube. I'm sorry, it's just a fact.
Dude, I agree. I'd rather, in chat, put one in the chat if you agree, I'd much rather have a natural face. I don't like the big caked on makeup. The first time I actually met Cass, she was wearing no makeup. Can you believe that, chat? No makeup. First time I met her, she wasn't wearing any makeup. Now, she was wearing a very nice, slim black dress. But she wasn't wearing makeup. I love that. I hate when women cake on the makeup and it looks really bad and it's just not, that's not, as Austin Powers would say, it's not my bag, baby. I'm not a huge fan of that because it makes you look not even like yourself. And then I'm expecting you to look like that every day. I'd rather just know what it is. That way I know what I'm falling in love with, or I know what I'm about to date. You know, I know what it is that you look like. I think most men prefer a natural face. I don't think most men prefer a ton of makeup. Ain't that right, Lokes? And sorry, no treat today, Lokes. You are on a diet. The veterinarian said so, and you're just kind of a big back right now.
Big back.
We've been recording a lot of videos. It's been really cold outside, so we haven't been able to play outside as much. So you gained a little bit too much weight. So we're gonna have to cool it out, okay? And you just ate lunch anyways. So there you go. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Until next time. Peace.